morning, everyone. Honestly, Matt, thank you. And I feel like we're super connected in just kind of what I'm talking about. Like, it was just great to kind of hear and your kickoff. This is my second time doing this, so just to be clear, this is new for me. I'm excited to be with you this morning at Retail Spaces. As I was talking to a friend today, this is a great community, a community that believes in retail. And we're going to talk about Victoria's Secret, talk about our journey, and how we're transforming our store fleet. Just to kind of ground, we have over 30,000 associates, a big global fleet of stores. You kind of see the net sales, but we have 99% custom, market awareness, which is pretty amazing and scary at the same time. So when you have a brand as big and as emotional as Victoria's Secret, transformation and communicating that transformation, we're going to talk about and share today. Key thing if you walk away with, for me, for us, the most important thing is the customer. And really communicating and letting her know that we have changed. So Victoria's Secret has changed, and so has the market we served. Our mission is to uplift and champion all women. And how do you create a store of the future that supports uplifting and championing all women? And it's not a humble, it's a humbling experience for me to lead the store design and the store experience team to transform a store for Victoria's Secret that was so well defined. Our stores were so well defined. So then what's that look like in changing it? How do you, it's funny, how do we think about it both internally and externally? And a lot to share there. So we are on a transformation. We're about 3 years in. We keep saying it's a marathon, and we're kind of in the middle of this transformation. How's it going? There's some green shoots, some really positive things that and our stores and how we're transforming are one of those key things. And it's interesting because our customers are both because it's interesting as we've been changing our store design, working with the construction teams, working with the technology teams, a whole new way. You used to build your stores like this, and now you're building your stores like that. So it was like starting from scratch, not just for us internally, but externally across all of our different partners, which was quite intense and quite amazing. What's amazing is we're 3 years in, we're at about 200 stores globally that have been impacted. And by the end of the year, we'll probably be at 250 stores with this newer projection. So I'm going to play just to share what transformation looks like and how we've been communicating to everybody about our change. So it's just interesting hearing Matt talk about the customer and change and how things are happening so much faster. And honestly, we live in a noisy world. And for us, transformation, how does that cut through? So how does that cut through in our communication to the customer? To letting her know that we really are a welcoming, and that's a big word, creating a welcoming experience where she feels seen. And that's been direct feedback just in terms of the insights from our Store of the Future learnings. And if I take you through how does all of this just change, this transformation, this is where we were. Dark, a little intense, a little intimidating, noisy, and not the most welcoming experience. And now I'll just show our journey. We wanted to kind of look at a more productive, a more efficient, a more welcoming, a more expansive use of technology to service her needs. The customer, honestly, it's she's the most important. We sell a product that has a lot of information. So how do we educate? How do we make it easier for her to navigate? So it was really kind of dissecting the experience and what best supports her needs, what also best amplifies our product, and what also amplifies our story. So essentially going to share with you one of our most proud Store of the Future examples that you'll see, and hopefully you can see the change. So this was a proud moment for us, redoing this store in our headquarters in Columbus, Ohio. And it's interesting that this afternoon, everyone's going to be meeting with Yarmer, and we had to go on the journey of meeting with Simon, with all the different mall operators, to really share they wanted to know before everyone signed off on it. It was really interesting, like, what does the Store of the Future look like for Victoria's Secret? So we had to talk about the customer. We had to talk about the storytelling piece and the innovation and like how it's going to look markedly different from where we were to where we are today. And when we talk about technology, you'll see that there was quite a bit in there. Essentially, it's not just like putting video screens in for video's sake. Technology, we look at it in different ways. How does it help support the story? How does it also help the customer? So a lot of innovation, like you'll see in our fitting rooms that I'm going to share in a second. And how does it drive the sale? Like so technology is a key piece, not just in sharing the story, but also helping the customer in the fitting room experience, educate her on the features and benefits of our product. And the key thing, it's funny, like our stores were so dark. Now I can do a test on like the 50 Shades of Pink, and it's been a wonderful journey. How like product being a big heroic piece. So it's just been, for us, a wonderful experience to hear from the customer, to hear from the store associates, talk about the store and how the product feels more amplified. The experience feels more welcoming. And what technology does, I think it's been great from a mall standpoint. If you saw that store at the beginning, it was a beach theme. And with the video impact, it was amazing to make this immersive. We just ran the beach, like kind of old school, or Hollister. And like right now, we are in a sport projection. So there's this big sport campaign that's running across. So what the technology can do for us, just in telling our story, and also the technology highlights our diverse group of models, actresses, influencers, which is another big piece. We want to communicate, we want the customer to see that we have changed, that we are championing all women. And what better way to do that? I mean, look, as we say, we are a high emotional content brand, as I'm sure no one would disagree with that. So we're going to talk about technology, and we have we talk about technology from supporting her from this is a find your fit piece, and we've had millions of engagements. So she can shop by style, by category, and what's amazing, we've had millions shot by style. It's quite interesting as opposed to like collection and things like that. But what it does is it engages her in a way where it supports essentially her building a basket. But it's not just technology for technology's sake, but it really has to function. And that's the thing about the Store of the Future. Our stores, by and large, were 10 to 15,000 square feet. We are now looking at a smaller, more productive store. So we are in the average as small as about 5,000 selling to about 8. Like 8, those are sweet. 8's about 75 to 8 is a great sweet spot. So new learnings just in terms of being more productive, being more efficient. Thinking about all the brands in one box, thinking about our materials, and thinking about when you have all the brands in the one box, communicating to make sure the customer knows that she can shop Victoria, she can shop beauty, she can also shop pink. So we did a customer intercept. Because I guess Matt was talking earlier about just doing things for our sake. We needed to hear from the customer. So we hired an agency, and for about 3 days closed the store of the future to really, and like over the course of 3 days, we interviewed customers to understand and get their insights to our space. Key things that were important, or key takeaways, I will say, from the customer intercepts. She felt welcomed. It was a much more intuitive experience for her. She would shop across brands. She built a bigger basket. And what we say when we talk to the street about Store of the Future, Store of the Futures are all running green, which is an awesome thing. So traffic's up, conversion is up, which is a great thing to say in this, look, we have 1,300 stores, but 200 have a really we're at the beginning of this transformation, and there's a great story just in terms of the green shoots that we're seeing in the stores. But she felt seen and she felt welcome, which was a huge piece. The fitting room experience, the kind of product we sell, the fitting room experience was very important to her. And she felt really good about that experience, and it really supported her, and it supported her in buying and experiencing kind of like from beginning to end with the bra experience in the store. And then thirdly, navigation. Sorry, yes, it was navigation and how she can navigate through the store and the technology helping her navigate her whole shopping experience. So I'm going to show you a quick experience of what we call Crave. It's a new technology, and Mary's going to walk you through one of the major technologies that we have in stores. So the cool thing about that is Crave, again, championing all women. Crave is now available in 10 languages that we've been using globally. So what is amazing is one of the best stories I've heard, and I will do this because the time's running out. There was a hearing impaired customer who sent us a note of thanks. She said she felt seen, she felt heard, because Crave enabled her shopping experience to feel normal and to feel easy and to not be a hindrance. So it was a wonderful experience just in terms of how technology can help all customers with different walks of life to support an easier, better, more seamless shopping engagement. And again, it's that surprise and delight. It's a new way to engage. So we kind of have on the floor, you'll see technology with Find Your Fit, and then we have in the fitting room, further RFID-enabled technology that really helps support. What's great too is the communication between the customer and the sales associate is pretty seamless and fantastic. So that's been another thing. Store of the Futures are rolling out globally. We have wonderful stores that we've just opened in Italy. Next week we're in Madrid. Week after that we're in Barcelona. Look, South Coast Plaza this year, Scottsdale. So a lot is going on just in terms of the Store of the Future. It's been a really awesome journey. I'm going to share with you our biggest store in Dubai, and then we're going to wrap up because I got 2 minutes. Awesome. So lastly, just a few things, just some great feedback from customers, just in terms of their look or just their feeling and their impact of the Store of the Future. It's beautiful and functional. I feel seen, exciting and fun to shop. Traffic is up and the customer loves it. Thank you for a more welcoming and inclusive environment. We can now fit all sizes we offer in store. The product comes to life, which is an amazing thing. I love the Crave technology. The best physical expression of our brand transformation. That was our CEO, which was a really awesome thing. As we opened Easton, that's how he kind of announced it to the organization. So with that, thank you very much for your time. It has been an absolute pleasure.